Yorkshire Building Services Limited is a M&E building services engineering firm. So we work across the country. I'm the health and safety manager and always look at ways to improve our processes, not just from safety, but initially from safety point of view, we were thinking to how we can reduce our paper usage and find a system. We used another system, but it became just slightly unaffordable for the business, and I was looking for something else, something new, and that's when I came across of SymTerra. I think actually now I realised how much we actually needed this new system, because the feedback initially with the digital system were great, but when our team started using SymTerra, it's just become a lot better. Initially, I wanted to make sure our safety documentation is compliant, but equally quickly and saving time for the people on site.
Yeah, and like speaking of those like people on site, like we're big believers that they're often like left out of like technology, and often a lot of the solutions that get put to them like don't work for them. So in terms of like the feedback from the site teams on SymTerra, like how has that been? And you can be honest, by the way.
I tell you this, I even have site supervisors using SymTerra who always found me all the excuses on the scale why they can't do something on the other system because they're too busy, they this or that, and even they using it. I mean, the user friendliness has been brilliant, and how quick and easy, yet the reports are brilliant. I like that it's more user friendly from the size point of view. So it's not about a digital form. It's not about forms or it's about a quick note. Just put it on SymTerra, upload some photos. Where there are times, you can use reports, but we made it easy. The other thing I have done, instead of just transferring what we had on our old system, and just transfer it across. Every template pretty much has been reviewed with our site guys. So I had a project where we tested and run it, and the users on site, the supervisors, were feedback to me, can we change this? And we word this slightly differently. So every template had a full revamp with our site teams, because they're the one who's using it. We took their feedback in to make sure it's does what we need to do legally, compliant, yet it's a lot more time effective and simpler to do. So it's now not just being used for health and safety, but from pre-construction, tender, survey stage, we use it all across up until handover, training, documentation, and everything and everything in between.
Perfect. We see like so much of like, often we call it like tick box exercises of around like capturing information for the sake of capturing it, but I think it's businesses forget sometimes to make that time to be like, why are we doing this? Can we optimize here, rather than we've been doing it this way for the last 5 years, let's just keep with it. So I'm really glad to hear that as well, in the sense of like reviewing and taking thing. So my last question, what's the one thing you wouldn't want to lose now that you've got SymTerra?
I don't want to lose SymTerra, full stop. I mean, I did think it was brilliant when I first, got to learn about SymTerra, but I can't imagine life without SymTerra at work. I'm making sure everybody using it and utilizing it, and this is where it isn't just from the safety point of view, but everything that the project needs, quick updates, instead of sending it on emails and faffing with it and then attaching it, and the guys liking it because it's quick and easy and they quickly can update and everybody can see it within the project, so they don't have to, they got access, everybody in the team has access to, which we didn't quite have before. So it's we like the simplicity of it. Where you can just quickly put a smart note, you can put a couple of pictures, but also, it's really good, the functionality when templates and workflows. The other thing, definitely, workflows are fantastic, that you've got the open and closing function. we developed the access equipment workflow where any access equipment that gets hired on each project, they do a full inspection, all the data inspections, get on with an opening workflow, and then each week to the original one they reply, and instead of having to re-enter all the information, they assign that access equipment for that project, and they do a weekly inspection, quick reply. So they're more compliant because it's quick and easy to do. They do the full inspection at first, and then the weekly recorded inspection without having to repeat the main information every week for that particular. And then once it's off hired, they can choose the equipment being off hired, and that's when it closes it off from the project.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah,
No
cheers.
problem.